everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy and I am here with some more antique and vintage thrift hauls, so please stay tuned. How are you guys doing? I don't know what day this is. Well, I know what day it is in my world, but I have no idea what day this is going to air, so I hope that whatever is happening to you today is awesome and fantastic, and that the world hasn't ended before this airs. That's fatalistic, isn't it? But anyway, let's get started. I've got what I think is the last of the stuff I need to haul before I get to the 20 bins. I think. Well, we'll see. I guess I'll know come the next video. But anyway, let's get started. Oh shoot. I think I did haul some of this stuff already. See, I told you guys in the last video that I think some of this stuff I hauled. Well, holy cow, hopefully I hadn't hauled all of that. That would be terrible. Alzheimer's is kicking in earlier than later, but son of a gun, what if the last haul? Well, I guess if you come across one of my videos and I'm having an Alzheimer moment where I'm hauling something I've already hauled, you'll just give a thumbs up as a pity thumb and you'll be on your way. But yeah, I feel like maybe I showed these already. But if I didn't, they're all very similar. Poetry books, maybe. Pretty sure I did haul these. Son of a gun. Well, I may have to, I don't think I can get to the first box in the 20 bin haul thing. But anyway, these I think will make great covers and great journal pages. Oh, you guys, what if all of this stuff is... What if all of this stuff is and I can't remember? That is a horrible feeling, but I filmed so many videos back to back that it'd be one thing if I had the ability to film like each day. Well, then that would be easier and I'd be able to say, okay, I'm going to put this stuff over here so I don't do it again. But no, I had to put some stuff back in the kitchen that I had hauled because there's nowhere else for it, but I knew everything else I needed to haul was also in the kitchen. So now I'm going to feel like I'm going to still show it because I can't remember, but you probably already saw it. So a double deck of cards. Yeah, I probably showed these. Another double deck of cards. Oh man. I don't know how to avoid that either because it's just the way. Okay, now I know I didn't haul all of these because I'm seeing some stuff that I don't remember talking about. Hopefully I didn't talk about it. All right, so I got, this is a double deck. Are both decks the same? Hold on. Sometimes when they're in their container, a few of the top cards shift over to the other side. Oh, but it does look like both decks are the same. So I'll be looking for something that I can pair with this so that to go into my swap shop. And then these are reminiscent of Norman Rockwell, but they don't say Norman, right? They don't say Norman Rockwell on them anywhere. So maybe they're just like Norman Rockwell like. Okay, I don't think I showed, I got a bunch of Coca-Cola things and I do not remember showing that. So hopefully I didn't. You guys, that is such a terrible thing. When you have a parent with Alzheimer's, you start second guessing everything that you're doing, even though my problems aren't Alzheimer's. My problems are just that I'm flighty and I have too many things going on. But here we've got 2 decks of cards, Coca-Cola. I found one booth that just had a bunch of Coca-Cola cards. And I thought, well, sure, why not? Plus they're Christmas, so that would be like a twofer if people are looking for that kind of thing. And then some more cards, which you can't really tell from the look of it. Okay, well, I feel like I did show these because we got St. Louis with the old Busch Stadium, which they tore down in 2004. And then is it a TWA? Well, it doesn't say. But it's Miss Budweiser cards with the arch in the background. I'm pretty sure I did show these. And then just some random. So the box has this on the outside. So these are probably the replacement cards. Too many things on the bed. And then an old Rook, but again, I feel like I did show these. But just in case I didn't, 1951 Rook cards in red. I have some older ones that are blue. And I envision that I would have said something like, I like this game because it's like, the Rook is like a crow, and my last name is Crow. Oh, and this is another Parker Brothers. So does it have a number? Oh, and I think I probably said it was probably on the side that was torn off. See, I do have a memory. I'm just not very organized. So then I don't have organized piles of what's been hauled and what hasn't. Oh, all right, so then we've got another kind of Christmas tin for Coca-Cola with two different Coca-Cola Christmas card decks. And I think a lot of these decks were in the $5 to $6 range. And this one feels a little bit older maybe, or it's just texturized to make me think it's older. Nostalgia playing cards. These were 1998, so they're not old. Well, they're technically vintage, but hopefully they really have the green and the red borders. And I don't know, hopefully none of these are the same as the others. This one almost a little bit reminds me of Ernest Borgnine. And then some other cards that say St. Louis Cardinal playing cards, complete but only one joker. Oh, but it used to be 2 decks and now it appears to just be 1 deck. So I live in St. Louis, so that's why I got them, but I don't have any other sports cards to pair these with. So I guess I need to look for like the Cubs. I should look for some Cubs cards. Or Reds. I should maybe look for Reds because I was born in Cincinnati. All right, some more Coca-Cola cards. Those kind of are more like advertisements. So these probably are my favorite, if I'm being honest. And then more of those books, which just in case I didn't show all of them, I'm pretty sure I did though, because I remember saying I like how the poem is all on one page, so when you separate the book you get the whole thing, and there's a different poem on each page. So yeah, and then these could make tall journal covers even though they're not really in the best shape. This might be a super, I'm gonna have to go look for some other things to add to this haul. Our Baby. Aw, I don't remember showing this one before, but has some really great kind of Victorian images. So how old is this? This seems like a really old book. It's from London, Paris, and New York. Publishers by appointment to Their Majesties the King and Queen Alexandra. Well, a lot of these books that were made in other countries do not have a year on them, but let me check the back, because sometimes they put it in the back on the this one did not, so I would have to Google to figure out the year on that. We're running out of space, Peanut, and I forgot to look for the trivia cards. Nursery Tales. So I feel like this is the oldest background for the golden books, but if I'm wrong, tell me. So there's some cool images, and this would make a neat cover. And then Mother Story. So, you know, if I were, I mean, it's a beautiful book, and I just don't know that I would ever be able to do justice to a mother's junk journal, but this is copyright 1900. And there are personally signed plates in here. I hope they didn't write their name on every page that has a picture, but let's just look for another one. Okay, here's a plate that doesn't, but this is a very, it's like newspaper print. So I think it would be very chippy, but it's old, so now I don't mind this. I think they put their name up here and then kind of colored around it. But it's a really, I mean, this, it's already coming apart, but it's a really pretty cover. So that's why I got it, in case I someday can do a mother's themed journal. I think I would have to collect for a long time to be able to have enough stuff. And then my favorite book, aw, Jesus Loves Me. And this just has a lot of nice, this was sponsored by Vern's Variety Centralia Lumber Company. It was given to the child in the Christmas of 1978. Aw, this is my favorite book. And some great images. These single color ones are probably my favorite kind of colored illustrations. So some great pictures there. And then, did I just buy this loose? Okay, it's a backgammon. So I envision cutting this up into bookmarks or tags. So I could get 3, I would do, you know, so that you get an orange and a yellow on each tag. And then maybe this part would be its own tag. So in theory, I could get, what, 14 tags out of this board. And then if I didn't want to do any, if I just wanted to have the tag, I could just leave it because it would have this on the back, or I could put some paper that people could write on, or advertisements. All right, then we've got, did I show, I don't think I showed these. I found some milk tabs. I don't think all of these were the same. Now these, oh, they were $1? Is that it? Really? Okay, so these had some variety that I don't have in my collection. And chocolate milk, I was picking it out for the chocolate milk, but you notice that the chocolate milk has a tab on it that the others don't. Are the others just regular milk? War milk? No. It says war to me because it's backwards in the image. Raw milk. I don't know what war milk would be. I guess milk from during the war that you needed war rations. Oh, that's milk and cream. So I think it looks like they're all kind of the same ones. And then found an old war game. So you figure that's just, like, I've never had special cards to play war. Well, those are kind of cute. So I guess 5 beats 4 kind of deal. They're very strange pictures. I guess it's war pictures, right? These are Whitman cards from $1975, the year of my birth. Can I give you any other security answers today in today's video? All right, then we've got, oh, some more ship playing cards. Oh, with the original vintage revenue stamp. Sure enough. I don't understand what that is though. Like, I still don't understand what that means. But I had that double deck of ships, so maybe this would be a good match for that. Of course, now I don't see where those cards went to look, but I might do that. That way they're both ships. What's going on? It's like there's stuff in the way. I was not kidding when I said I got a bunch of Coca-Cola cards. Oh, but here's the polar bear, so that's probably my second favorite. Now, if you could get me some Clydesdales, that would have to go up in the rankings, right? But that wouldn't be Coca-Cola, that would be Budweiser. Or anything from Anheuser-Busch. Or do the Clydesdales just do Budweiser? Probably not, it's probably both. So here's just some regular Coca-Cola. So I guess I'll have a Coca-Cola theme for some of them. Okay, this one, not sure what these will look like. Oh, it says Mount Rushmore. Oh, they look like this. So, okay. I had some, I think they ended up being president cards. And so then I was like, well, I don't want to put those in a swap deck because every single one of them is different. So, but then I think I got maybe no, this is Mount Rushmore. Maybe the Washington Monument. So maybe this would be a good one to match with the Washington Monument. That's part of the problem when I buy single decks. When you sell pairs, because then you need something to pair it with. Okay, well, this is just a very card heavy episode. So we've got these 2 decks, which are kind of neat. I mean, I like having a wide variety, although I really haven't gotten into the touristy thing yet. Now, this is the second one of these I bought with this tin. And just like the other one, they were never opened. So whenever these came out, I gotta think they weren't very popular. I mean, they're cute playing cards, so unless they're just junk, but if you never opened them, how would you know they were junk? Yeah, I don't see a year on these, so you'd have to Google that. Okay, stuff is starting to fall all over me. All right. More Coca-Cola. Well, this has got a polar bear, so I can match the two polar bears up at least. Hi, let me take a brief moment out of our video to let you know that today's video is sponsored by Junk for Goats. Junk for Goats is my business where I sell and resell vintage, antique, and some modern ephemera for all of your junk journaling or crafting needs. I have shops on Etsy, Whatnot, and I list my digital items on my coffee shop. All of the links for those are below in the description, so please check that out. It's also important to note that 10% of all the proceeds from my sales are used to purchase goats from Compassion International. Those goats are provided to families across the world to help them meet their own families' needs in terms of their diet, but they can also take and sell the milk and the cheese that they produce from their goats to their friends and family nearby, helping to provide them with a income source that is valuable in the areas in which they live. So if you would like to craft with a difference, please check out the description below. And as always, thank you, and please enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks. Okay, did I show you guys already? I think I might have. The huge ledger. I think I did show you guys this because I was oohing and ahhing and I was like so happy that I found it, but just in case I didn't, let me show you again. And what time period are we looking at here? It's got the alphabet section in the front. That's just lined paper. It looks like they put their customers and maybe their customer number, or maybe it's a phone number back then, but probably not. All right, 1932. I'm seeing at the beginning of this. And then some pages, we're into 1938 at this point, are cut in half kind of, instead of having the full page. And then in the farther back we go, then we've got it cut into thirds. Now, some people will want to know, are there any blank pages in here? Because some people only like the blank pages. Surely there is. Oh, look at this. Some treasure, some chattel mortgage notes. I probably pointed that out the first time. Okay, well, I see a back page that's empty. Okay, I got to a few pages. There's maybe 10 pages that are empty out of this whole book, but some of them have like a half. Oh, sorry, that half of the page is empty. So yeah, but overall, oh well, there's some empty pages back here too. So yeah, so there's some of both, but by far it seems to be pretty filled out. Watch out, Peanut. Peanut, did you find my trivia cards yet? Oh, I hate when I don't have trivia. All right. Some more cards. These kind of remind me of like wood block. Yeah, rustic woods. And one of them is still wrapped, never used. And a pocket ledger, 1950, 1951. It's got some good empty pages. Oh, and there's dates. Oh, so monthly receipts. So just like with me, they started out strong and didn't finish out strong. And then we've got another memorandum book. It seems unusual to find an empty memorandum book from whatever era I figure this is. I feel like this would have been in the 30s also. Like like nowadays, sure, I buy journals and notebooks like that I never write in. But I don't think they would have back then. So like, what's up with that? Yeah, I think I showed this one before. Wonder Shopette. So you could just mark which things you needed on the little sheet, and then you get a new sheet each time. A little trinket, little memo book. Love finding these memo books. And stenographer's notebook. I don't remember showing this, but maybe I did. This is what it looks like. So very faint, kind of faded red lines. Now, I want to know would this have had shorthand in it? Because now stenographers have the thing they type on that I watched not a YouTube video, probably a TikTok of somebody using one of those, because I'd never seen like what actually comes out, and it's like total gibberish. But yet if the judge asks them to repeat it back, they can read it all out, and it's weird. It's a totally different language, but you figure this was just shorthand since it's written. I just didn't realize they would have called people that write shorthand stenographers too, but why not? All right, did we look at this creepy doll book? Here's a creepy doll book, and unlike the cool Raggedy Ann book that I got that I had a few episodes back where it was like, how much are these worth? This one's the same, but it's black and white for one, and they're just a little bit creepy. But they'd almost be like postcards if you cut them out. So there's Barbies, there's, oh, Ben Cartwright, Hoss Cartwright. Where's little Joe? We have little Joe on the other page? No. Yeah, see, it's these dolls with the creepy eyes that are just creepy. The doll that my grandmother had when I was a kid with real hair is probably in here somewhere. Should I make this my thumbnail? We get more modern. Yeah, so here's some Barbies. We've got Malibu Barbie, or Malibu Ken. Walk Lively Barbie. Unita. You guys remember Unita dolls? I don't. I had a Darcy doll. Does anybody remember Darcy dolls? I think they probably came from like Target or Venture back when Target was like Kmart, and Venture, well, if you even know what Venture is, it was kind of like Target. But it was cheaper. Actually, that's not fair. I think we got the Darcy doll at Children's Palace. Do you guys remember Children's Palace? And it was a little bit, it was somewhat bigger than a Barbie, cheaper than a Barbie. And so I had to make that my Ken because I didn't have a Ken doll. So yeah, this is kind of creepy dolls. Or at least the way they're photographed is creepy. Yet another Rook, but this is in the same, this box is in the same style as the Pit card game that we found. Almost exactly. I probably still have that because I've been filming these back to back. But yeah, I think this is it. Yep, so same kind of style. These Rook cards are from 1910. Yeah, this is the other ones I have. I already have these, but I can't pass these up when they're so old. But they're just number cards like this. There's 4 different suits, and then it's like 1 through 14 or 2 through 14 or something. I don't know. So if you're doing customization on things and people like a certain number, those are great cards for that. And there's tons and tons of Pinterest articles on how to upcycle cards. All right, I may just make this a short video because I really think that I'm out of stuff to haul until I get to the 20 tub thing. I'm so excited to try that, or to get to those. All right, we've got more milk things, and then we've got yet another Coca-Cola. I probably have an uneven number of Coca-Cola cards, and we'll have to figure out something to pair one of them with. Oh, so I guess I got 5 of these. Hopefully at $1, I should have picked up every single one he had. Because unfortunately, these are like super expensive normally. So I feel like that's a good price. Okay, so then we have a 1978 calendar. Once again, great when somebody wants to customize. These would be great in a folded or in a sewn-in signature, or you could cut out all the different numbers by themselves. But these have like important dates. Oh, so like it's different on the Sundays, but like special events on these numbers. And so we've got 1978, and then 1979, same style. And typical of a bank calendar. I should open one of these up because it looks like it's folded. Like, so this page is open. Well, let's just open this one up. Yep, oh, hold on, let me figure out how this works. So you flip this up, this metal thing. Oh, let me put it back the way it was. So the metal thing stays like this to hold your page on, and then you flip it up, and then you well, hold on. We've got important dates, I guess, here. And then we've got the new month and important dates. Okay, well, I haven't seen one like this before. So that's kind of cool. But am I gonna be able to harvest it so that I get all of March, for example, on one page? I hope so, because that's gonna be my goal, is to harvest this so that I can put each month in my Expandaflex. That's not a thing, is it? Expandafile Rolodex is probably what I was combining there. So, and then it's like this on the back. So it's a good card stock. So if for some reason I don't want to keep this part, well, I could make tags out of sections of that. This is from Elbow Lake, Minnesota. Elbow Lake, that's an interesting name. All right, well, that's all the stuff in the box. So since we're at 34 minutes, I don't normally do short videos like this, and maybe you wish I did. I guess if you do, if you wish these videos were shorter, let me know in the comments, because really, if I made shorter videos, I could make more of them, because it would take me longer to get through stuff. So let me know about that. But otherwise, I think we will end this one here. And I have a whole bed to now clear off. And they'll probably be home from the movie soon. So I'm sorry that I didn't find my trivia cards again. But if you'd like to join my mailing list to be in the advance, know when I'm going to be dropping things in my Etsy shop, sign up for that in the description below, and you will receive a free digital of these vintage seed packets that I created. And that is the only way to get these. And yeah, so do I even know where my phone is? I haven't thanked my members for a while. I'm a terrible host. I've covered my phone. All right, well, just know that I love you, and I am really appreciative of the support that all of you give to this channel. You don't have to be a member for me to appreciate you. And I just appreciate the views, the thumbs, the comments, the subscriptions, the memberships, all the things. I love it all, and I appreciate it all. So thank you, and thank you for sharing your time with me today. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing some of these things, probably for the second time, and I apologize for that. I need to get better, but with the limited space I have in this house, I don't know how. So it is what it is. But thank you. And wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're having a great day. And until we meet again, take care of yourself.